guys, Matt here from Shep's Aquatics. So today in the fish room, we've got a bit of a mess. As you can see, we've got a bit of a mess. We've been doing a bit of electrical work. So I will just spin the camera around in a second and show you what we've done. We've actually started adding the wiring, the temporary wiring in for the lights, so I can run all the lights in the fish room off the same timer, so I'm not having to come in and out of here every morning and night to turn individual lights off at the moment, which is what I'm doing with some of my lights. And not only that, I have power boards and cords and absolutely everything all over the floor, which in a fish room is not the best thing to have. So we are just going to spin these around and show you the big mess. I'll just give you a quick overview on the electrical stuff we've done, and then we'll get into what else is happening. So we'll start with here. So what we've done is we've just got a normal extension lead, plugged it into our timer, which is piggybacked on another extension lead. Like I said, I've got the cords going everywhere, and I've got to try and fix that. So we just got the normal extension lead running through to a junction box here, which the wire is now terminated there and split two ways. So it goes over here to this other junction box, which is split, so it goes into these two LEDs, and then down to this power point, which is attached to this power board, which at the moment is running the two lights here and the light over here, which we're going to move that one. And at the moment, this light here is running off the power board, which is also running the filter and heater for that tank. So that's why we have to get everything changed around. So we have the power cord coming through to this junction box, which we haven't got any split in it yet. It just runs straight through down to this power point here, which is going to have another power board to run the lights for this tank, the lights for this shrimp tank, and the other shrimp tank that's got to come in here. And it will also run the lights for this tank and probably this tank for now. We haven't got the lights for this tank yet, we're still deciding what we're doing with it. But definitely going to move these out. All the shrimp in this tank and my other shrimp tanks might end up in here, along with my long arm shrimp down here. Like I said, lots of power cords, another good thing in the fish room. All the long arm shrimp in there, I've noticed a couple are dying, so I'm going to get them out of there. And I'm going to put them into here, where, as you can see, some of my plants are going absolutely nuts. I am still not 100% sure what this plant is, but it is growing absolutely nuts and is taking over the Vallisneria. I'm definitely going to trim that back in a little bit and replant that. I might even start using that in some of my tanks, because it's growing really well. As you can see, all the pieces of Liguinia that were trimmed up and cut off is now shooting all new growth in it, which is going really well. The hornwort here is doing the same thing. That's all fresh growth off trimmings. The Pogostenons over there in the back, that's all getting new growth. So as you can see, my shrimp tank is going really well. It's starting to grow a bit of algae, so there's no algae eaters in this tank at the moment. So let's throw all the shrimp I have into this tank and see what happens, and see if we can't get the plants growing really nice. As you can see, the Vallisneria is growing really well. You can see all these new shoots coming off it and starting to leave the tub. That's all of the ones that I've grown. I have another tub that I can bring in and make up out of my other shrimp tank when I pull it down, and a few other little tubs. I've got plenty of this mixed substrate left, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put more mixed substrate into these pots and use these pots for the moment to grow more plants. And that seems to be it. Everything going well there. So as you can see here, we've still got a fair few tubs here that we can use for, we've got more tubs down here, more tubs here. We've got some tubs here that we're trialling some immersed grown stuff, and a bit of immersed grown set up there. like I was saying, in this tank here, which we have no lights on at the moment, it's only the heater and the filter running over here. We have lots of balasneria in here, and some more Java moss and that. This is the tank we're going to be breeding the barbs in. That'll definitely be starting this week. Here's another tank we're going to be breeding the barbs in. Sorry, either the barbs or the white cloud minnows. So everything's slowly getting moved out. Later tonight, all this will be moved into the fish room. So these last two tubs down the bottom. This tank will be moved. That's why we had to do the wiring, so they get lights going, and also have power boards and power points left over, so I could actually run the heaters for these tanks. Even though I have a central heater in there, it's still not keeping the room at the temperature I want. So we're still running heaters, but they're not running as often and as hard. if that makes sense. So that's about where we're up to. So that's about where we're up to with the whole fish room so far. So all this down here, including that new tank box, which is that tank right there, will be getting packed up. I still do have to redo the review for that tank. I might even just scrap that whole review and just do a review on what's actually happened with that tank. But yeah, all this is getting cleaned up. So them two stands are going from out there into here, and I'll be sorting out a lot of the stuff that I have laying around the shed. Got to clean the shed up. We have timber turning up in the next couple of weeks to start doing the renovations for the house. So I've got to pull my ass into gear and actually get in and do some of this stuff. So I know the wiring isn't to any electrical standards and codes, but I can assure you that the wiring has been done properly to make sure that it's all actually wired up and everything correctly. So if anyone starts arguing about that, I will be happy to bring out my qualifications in wiring that up, but that's if you just want to argue the point. So all that said and done, that's the vlog this week. We'll be, if you got this far, we'll let you in on a couple other things that are happening. So this 6-foot tank, minus the Ryobi drill, we are thinking about doing a nice riverscape theme with with a waterfall coming out of this end, flowing down to this end, with a heap of driftwood in it, and maybe putting these golden perch in. We have four little golden perch down in this bottom tank down here. Might do a river scheme and put them in there. Don't know yet, but that's the most likely choice so far. I don't know yet, but okay. Other than that, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.